All right, so this is day 2 of radical equations. We're looking at maybe 6 examples. We might do them all, we might not. We'll just kind of see how it's going. Today you're going to see square roots or radicals on both sides of the equation. But that's not as scary as it sounds. Okay, so if I have a square root on both sides like this, I can square both sides of the equation. Now remember, we said a square root and squaring something, so like x squared versus the square root of x, those are like opposites. Okay, so maybe I shouldn't put an equal sign, but these two things are the opposites of each other. So if I square these two equations, or square this equation on both sides, I'm going to have x equals 2x minus 86. So I'm going to have exactly what was inside the square roots, just without the square roots. And now it looks more like a, like two-step equation that we know how to solve. So we should maybe subtract the 2x so that we can get our x's both on the left side. This makes 0. So my right side is just negative 86. And then here I have like 1x minus 2x, so negative 1x. And then if I divide by negative 1 on both sides, x equals 86. Okay, so not that scary. If you move on to number 2, and you square both sides again, you're going to have r equals 30 minus r. And then add r to both sides. Get 2r equals 30. Divide by 2 to get r by itself. And you get 15. Now, full disclosure, the next ones are more difficult. Okay? So let's look at 3. Okay? Start out by squaring both sides again. Same first step with these ones. Okay, so I've got b over 81 equals 3,526 minus b. Probably the most difficult thing about this problem is just that the numbers are big. Okay, so next step, we need to get rid of this fraction. So let's multiply by its denominator. Okay, but if I multiply both sides by 81, I'm really going to be multiplying all of this inside the parentheses by 81. Okay, so if I do that on the left side, 81 and 81 turn into 1 and 1, and so I just have b. On the right side, I take 81 times 3,526, and I get 285. That is not right. Yeah, that's right. Okay. 606. 285,606. And then 81 times negative b is minus 81b. So then I add 81b across to the other side. And I get 82b equals this big number. Okay? So, hopefully you've been writing smaller than I have, and you have some room left to divide by 82. If you do that, you should get 3,483. All right. Why don't we look at one of these on the bottom row? Let's do number 5. Number 5, if I square both sides again, I'm going to have n equals 3n minus 164. We want to move our n's to the same side, so we've got to subtract 3n from 1n. 3n, or no, 1n minus 3n is negative 2n. And that equals 164, negative 164. So, last step, divide by negative 2. N equals 82. I would encourage you to go ahead and do number 4 and number 6. Number 4, you should end up with n equals 1,400. And on number 6, b equals 147. Okay, so you can try those two on your own or with a partner and see if you come up with those answers. Then you can work on the homework.